What's the moment you realized your new boss was trying to push you out? For 14 years, I built my career at a company I genuinely loved. My strength was always the fieldwork, driving out to customers, meeting them face to face, and delivering a product that required both technical skill and a personal touch. Customers trusted me. Many only booked because they wanted me. I brought in consistent repeat business and more referrals than anyone else on staff. The office side wasn't my favorite. Cold calling made my skin crawl, so the old owner simply didn't make me do it. Instead, I designed new products, trained staff, solved problems, and filled in wherever needed. Under his leadership, the job was balanced and fulfilling. He treated people fairly, and people stayed for years because of it. Then he decided to sell the branch where I worked. He offered to keep me as his employee, but that would mean moving or commuting several hours a day. The alternative was staying in my current office under the new buyer. I chose to stay local, thinking it would be easier. Before the sale, the buyer spent a couple of weeks shadowing us. None of us knew she planned to purchase the business. We thought she was just another trainee. She followed me to customer sites and watched exactly how I worked. When the sale was announced, everything changed instantly. She removed anyone earning a decent salary. Long-time staff were gone overnight. The secretary, a few newer hires, and I were kept on. I recommended 2 more people I trusted, my girlfriend and a close friend, and they were hired as well. But within 2 years, the business was falling apart. Her plan was simple: increase prices while reducing quality. New customers didn't know any better, but long-time customers noticed immediately and left. Complaints increased. Repeat business dropped to almost nothing. Instead of adjusting, she raised prices again. Staff turnover skyrocketed because everyone was being paid minimum wage to do work that used to be compensated far better. Eventually, my girlfriend quit. My friend stayed longer, but even he was starting to look elsewhere. I kept going, mostly out of loyalty to the job I used to love. Then one afternoon, after finishing with a customer and preparing to head to my next appointment, the owner demanded I return to the office immediately. Going back made no sense. I would only have a few minutes there before leaving again, but she insisted. When I arrived, she handed me a letter. A disciplinary meeting had been scheduled for 2 days later. Reading through the allegations felt surreal. I had always been the top performer. Customers asked for me by name. Complaints about me were practically non-existent. Still, I prepared my defense carefully. At the meeting, I recorded the entire thing, perfectly legal where I live. She listed minor complaints, all easily disproven. Then she escalated to claims that I had delivered a product in a way that broke health and safety guidelines. She had watched me use that method many times. She had even asked me to train staff in it. It was obvious she was trying to justify pushing me out. Her final offer was blunt: accept a 0-hours contract at minimum wage or be fired with 2 weeks' notice. I reminded her my contract guaranteed 12 weeks of notice based on my years of service. She argued that I had only worked for her for 2 years. I explained that legally, my employment was continuous due to how the takeover occurred. I even quoted the law. She paused the meeting to call her lawyer. When she returned, she changed her tactic. She claimed gross misconduct meant she didn't need to give me any notice at all, but she would kindly give me 2 weeks. I asked for time to think it over. I already knew what I would do. I called later and declined the 0-hours contract. She said she would begin my 2-week notice. I declined that too. If she really believed I had committed gross misconduct, surely I was not fit to be sent to customers, especially not the major client scheduled during those 2 weeks, the one who only accepted me. She panicked. Suddenly, 12 weeks of notice sounded reasonable, so I worked the full 12 weeks exactly as I always had. Trained staff, handled clients, no complaints. On my last day, she didn't even acknowledge I was leaving. No card, no thanks. The next morning, my friend quit with no notice. And that same day, she received a letter from my lawyer informing her that I was taking legal action for unfair dismissal. She fought it for over a year, but once my lawyer provided the transcript and audio of her fabricated claims, she eventually settled. Former customers contacted me, learned the truth, and many left her business. I moved into a new field where my skills transferred easily and now earn more with far better leadership. Her company, last I heard, is barely holding together.